Hey everyone, and welcome back to Death Battle Discussion. This is episode 3 of this series, and today we have Hulk vs. Broly, the enraged anomalies of destruction from the DBZ and Marvel Universe. Both characters are powered by rage, but only one's rage will overpower the other. So before we get into this debate, I would like to clarify a few things. One is that both characters exist in the Marvel and Dragon Ball Z universe. When taking that into consideration, these characters' power level can scale from being multi-universal to omni-universal to theoretically limitless. This is of course mainly due to the fact that Marvel and the DBZ universe have unlimited realities, universes, timelines, and etc. The other thing I want to briefly go over is the feedback that I've gotten from the Godzilla vs. Hulk pre-discussion of the Death Battle episode that is coming this Sunday, and I just want to say thanks for your comments on that video. For the people that have commented on it, I appreciate the feedback, and it will definitely help me trying to make these videos a lot better in the future. So yeah, if you could leave a comment in any of the videos that I make, that would be greatly appreciated, and thank you for that. So for this video, I am mainly just going to kind of go over Broly's feats. I will go over Hulk's feats briefly, but I kind of already did a lot of that in the Hulk vs. Doomsday episode. So if you really want to see a bit more specific details on Hulk's power scaling and feats for each category that I use in this debate, you're more than welcome to look at that video before seeing this. I will briefly go over a few feats mainly for the sake of comparison when it comes to Broly and Hulk, but other than that, I won't really be going much into detail about Hulk's feats since I've already previously covered that in a previous video. So without further ado, let's begin. Broly is a very powerful Saiyan in the DBZ universe. Broly is capable of destroying many planets, threatening universes, and is capable of defeating many powerful characters in the DBZ universe. Broly became a powerful warrior under the leadership of Frieza. He is able to use many powerful forms of ki, which allow him to destroy planets, small realities, and of course universes. Broly has also defeated the likes of Goku, Vegeta, Trunks, and Frieza, who were considered to be few of the strongest characters of the DBZ universe at the time. For Broly's peak strength and power, Broly was able to defeat the fusion of Goku and Vegeta, aka Blue Gogeta, who was in theory on a multi-universal level. This is mainly due to the fact that Goku, previously in his base form, was capable of scaling to Beerus, who clashed with Goku, which almost caused the destruction of Universe 7. The fact that Broly was able to defeat Goku and Vegeta combined at their peak clearly makes Broly automatically stronger in this situation. And theoretically, this would put Broly at a multi-universal to a somewhat smaller omni-universal level of power. Hulk, at his peak of course, is way stronger than this because he has defeated countless and far more opponents that have been threats to all life in the Marvel Universe. Mephisto, Strange under the power of the Demon Zom, the Sentry, Immortal Thor, and etc. Hulk has far more experience taking on opponents that have confirmed to be a threat to all life and all reality in the Marvel Universe, unlike Broly, who mainly has his one big feat of defeating Gogeta at his peak and was only considered in theory to be an omni-universal threat. Hulk wins this debate without a doubt when it comes to power and strength. Broly is very durable and can shake off attacks from Gogeta. He survived Vegeta's ki energy, which was strong enough to destroy an entire planet. His combat training, of course, also helps with this, since it allows him to endure many blows and powerful attacks with ease. However, if Broly was to fight someone stronger than him or on par with him for an extended period of time, he would eventually be taken down. Hulk is a character which is of course far more stronger than Godzilla, and has already established that he is once again a threat to all reality in the Marvel Universe, and would eventually bring Broly to the brink of death easily. Hulk's healing factor and experience with fighting many reality-threatening characters gives him the edge in terms of durability, because essentially Hulk is quite literally immortal when it comes to Worldbreaker Hulk and the Immortal Hulk, which established that Hulk basically cannot die. So yeah, Broly is definitely going to have a very hard time to be able to kill Hulk, even if he can get to that point, regarding the fact that Hulk doesn't take him out first. In terms of combat and somewhat outside of combat, Broly can keep up with the likes of Goku, Vegeta, Piccolo, Trunks, and etc. These of course are all DBZ characters which can easily span the universe within seconds and are very fast in the DBZ universe. Hulk similarly can keep up with characters like Silver Surfer, Thor, or even Quicksilver, which are also very fast. But I do think Broly does take the edge when it comes to speed, mainly because usually Dragon Ball Z characters are really depicted as being very fast and can easily span their universes or different universes very quickly, although the Silver Surfer and Thor might be able to be on par or might even be faster than them, but I think that's more speculative, and honestly, being able to scale speed between traveling through universes somewhat gets a bit weird, but nonetheless, I do think it is still safe to assume though that Broly is faster than Hulk, but not by a lot, just slightly a bit more, only because of the fact that he scales to characters that are somewhat faster than the Silver Surfer or Thor. So when it comes to intelligence, I found it kind of funny from the Death Battle episode where they claimed that Hulk would not be able to have access to his smartest form in this debate, but honestly that's just a BS argument. Hulk typically usually does have some form of being able to combine with Bruce Banner's intelligence and the Hulk's overall physique and body in most situations throughout the comics. So yeah, this is just automatically a farce and just a really bad argument. Hulk, of course, being combined with Bruce Banner's intelligence, clearly just outclasses Broly. Don't get me wrong, Broly is pretty smart when it comes to learning certain combat tactics and learning different combat techniques, but Broly's peak intelligence is only mainly determined by that. So overall, Hulk definitely wins this debate. The only time where Hulk or Broly might lose their intelligence is the more enraged they become, of course, but Hulk will pretty much have that edge. So in conclusion, Hulk is definitely superior to Broly when it comes to strength, durability, and intelligence. The only edge Broly might have is speed, but that honestly makes little difference since Hulk can most definitely keep up with most of the fastest characters in the Marvel Universe, and that really won't really help Broly when it comes to this debate. The main difference between Hulk and Broly is that Hulk has far more experience fighting characters in the Marvel Universe that are able to destroy and threaten all reality, while Broly has the potential to be life-threatening to the DBZ universe in theory. Going off of Broly's one feat of defeating Gogeta Brew does not automatically make Broly a life-threatening force to the DBZ universe. It honestly is kind of hilarious how they use the fact that base Goku was able to clash with Beerus at the end of the Death Battle episode as a way of scaling Broly's peak strength, because on top of that, they basically just sort of assumed that Broly would automatically be on a multi-universal to omni-universal level. But again, that's only in theory. Like, there isn't really a lot of proof that proves that Gogeta is or was necessarily on that power level. It's more of a speculation. Now, I don't really think this is a bad speculation, but there just really isn't a lot of evidence that proves Broly is even on that level. The only thing I can confirm is that Broly would be realistically on a somewhat smaller multi-universal level, mainly because he is capable of destroying planets, smaller realities, and potentially a threat to the universe in the DBZ timeline. But that doesn't really prove that Broly is an omni-universal or even a big multi-universal threat. And of course, once again, Death Battle makes the same argument that they made in the Hulk vs. Doomsday episode, where they basically said, yeah, Hulk's regeneration or Hulk's survivability is not as great or is lowballed, mainly because Banner can die to Hawkeye's arrow, and the immortal Hulk's regeneration is somewhat flawed, which, yeah, again, just another horrible argument. Hulk's regeneration, Hulk can literally regenerate 90% of his body in most forms easily. Like, that's just a fact. Like, there's nothing like that's just a known fact. Like, if we're talking about a situation where we have a fully enraged Hulk, the World Breaker or Immortal Hulk at their peak, yeah, an arrow shot is not going to kill them. Like, that would be like someone using a Nerf gun and trying to hurt you in that sense. That just wouldn't work. Like, you could use the same argument for Broly. Well, if Hulk in a fully enraged state obviously killed Broly in his weakest form, not including his Super Saiyan or other powerful forms, then yes, of course the Hulk would be able to defeat Broly if we truly lowballed him. But even then, like, that doesn't really, like, that just doesn't justify anything. I'd obviously prefer to take both characters at their peak, because that would just obviously not make this a fair fight. So overall, yeah, I just want to say thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next debate.